Morning Panthers, prices for yearbooks go up on January 25th. Make sure to pre-order your copy now at jostensyearbook.com.
Recently, the e-scooter law in Lincoln was strictly enforced for elementary and middle school campuses. Here's Jerem speaking with the superintendent.
After winter break, USPD enforced a California law known as Division 11, Chapter 7, Article 2 says there is no electric scooter to be on a sidewalk and cannot exceed 50 miles per hour without a driver's license. We had the superintendent ask these questions. I would recommend you listen to these. Here is she now.
Hi, Glen Edwards students and staff. It's Carrie Callahan, your superintendent. I have been asked to talk to you briefly about the change and recent communication to our e-scooter policy on middle and elementary campuses. This happened as a result of a conversation that we had with Lincoln Police Department about their concern related to the increase in injury-related vehicle accidents with e-scooters, particularly with our young people. And what I learned during the meeting with them is that they're actually illegal for anyone who does not have a learner's permit or driver's license. And so essentially anyone 15 and a half or younger without a learner's permit at the very least is not allowed to ride an e-scooter outside of public property. And so because they are illegal for our elementary and middle school students, we have decided to ban them from our campuses in our effort to support Lincoln Police Department in minimizing the number of injuries that are occurring as a result of scooters being involved in vehicle accidents. This was ultimately a result of and the responsibility of Lincoln Police Department in terms of law enforcement. So we are supporting them by establishing this new rule, and we will be reminding students and families if we do see the scooters on campuses, but ultimately the police department will be the ones enforcing this rule and may very well start ticketing students who are not abiding by the law that the state has set for the use of e-scooters. E-bikes are acceptable in some circumstances, provided that helmets are being worn, that there are fully functional pedals, and the bike does not go more than 20 miles per hour. Otherwise, they are not allowed unless you have a driver's license as well, and they certainly cannot be ridden on sidewalks. In terms of how our community has received this, actually very positively. We received a few inquiries about just the rulings and details surrounding that, but for the most part, we didn't receive a whole lot of pushback. I think there's just understanding that it is a law that's been established. It's not our rule, and we are ultimately stepping up to support Lincoln Police Department because student safety is really important to us, and we want to make sure that you are safe to and from school, which is why we've ultimately banned you from being able to ride the e-scooters because they are illegal and finding to be very unsafe. So I know that this is an inconvenience for some of our families and our students, and I do apologize for that, but we are really focused on ensuring your safety. I wish you a wonderful rest of the school year. Summer's going to be here before you know it, and enjoy.
I hope the superintendent asks your questions. I used my electric scooter last year, but I'm totally fine with this. I also reached out to our SRO Officer Derolas for this story, but then he got his National Guard unit called to the Pilates fire in Los Angeles. We will reach out to him once he is done for his unit, while his time is up. This is reporter Jeremy Lorton with GEMS TV.
Our annual culture fair takes place at the end of the year, but planning has already begun.
The culture fair is coming up in a few months, and we're going to take a look on how they plan to make their posters.
For the cultural fair will be made by our students, and they will be starting them in the month of probably end of April into May. This is our kind of our project that we do when we have these modified schedules for the SBAC testing.
We know how they plan on making posters. Let's see when the cultural fair is going to be.
The cultural fair this year will be the week before Memorial Day. So it'll be in May. We don't want it too close into the school year because there's a lot of fun activities.
We finally have all the information we could get right now. Hopefully this will be a memorable cultural fair this year. This was reporter Carson Moore with videographer Nevin Owen signing out with GEMS TV.
And now it's time for sports.
Girls basketball had their first game on Monday against Springview. 7th grade tips off at 4 p.m., while the 8th grade team will start around 5 p.m. Good luck, Panthers.
After winter break, it was announced there would be more changes to the daily PAW agenda. Here's Chrissy with more.
This year we're experimenting what we can do with the time we have in PAW and to use it to its full potential for students. Let's talk to Ms. Fernandez to see what she has planned to use PAW for.
Well, last year, as you guys know, we were doing morning classroom conversations 2 days a week. And then it was either academic intervention or whatever the PAW teachers was having students do. This first semester, we were still doing those morning classroom conversations. But now coming into the second semester, I was hearing from staff, but also students, that they either weren't being done in some classes, or then the classes that they were being done, they weren't seeing the true benefit of them. And so for this new semester, I, by hearing all of that feedback, decided that the best possibility would be for the ones that are doing them and liking them, they can continue to do that twice a week, and the other 2 days a week, academic intervention. Otherwise, 1 day a week for everybody, so that we're all getting the same lessons and soft skills and building those relationships. But then the other 3 days a week could be used on true academic intervention, which is students working at their own level to build up their language arts skills, like with iReady, or their math skills, like with Alex, or individual working with the teacher on something, or peer-to-peer or one-to-one tutoring. So far, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. They were appreciative of me giving them the option, and their class the option of how to utilize that time, whether it's 2 days a week with morning classroom conversations and 2 days a week of academic intervention, or 1 morning classroom and 3 academic intervention.
Now that we know the reason for these changes and what they're planning to do, let's ask teachers how it's going in their classes.
It kind of goes along with what we were already doing. I actually use it a lot more towards later on in the week for kids to get stuff made up, like, you know, whether it's Alex or any other work that needs to be made up. So it kind of goes along with what we were already doing. I think that depends on the individual. There are some kids that really utilize that time to kind of get themselves ready, and then others use it kind of as a social period. So it's just kind of trying to bring them all together to have that same like focus for getting ready for the day.
It affects it by having more constructive activities, which are really important for the kids to participate in, and then we can run with those different ideas too. When we use the tools to help, they seem to be more focused. And then the relevance. If it's more material that's relevant to them, like grade checks or goals that are going to need to reach in this semester, then they take a more focal point to it.
In conclusion, we learned that teachers and staff are working hard to make our learning experience the best it can be. I'm reporter Chrissy Lau with photographer Riley Fechner with GEMS TV.
There are many clubs at GEMS, but now we are taking a look at the chess club. Have a great day, Panthers!
GEMS has many clubs, but one of the most popular is the chess club. Why is this club enjoyed so much? Let's find out what the chess club members have to say.
What I enjoy most about playing chess is probably just getting to beat my opponents. The interaction that you get with your opponent. Probably the rook.
Well, we just play chess. Sometimes some of us bring snacks so we can eat while we play chess.
I'm sure we all wonder why the chess club was created. Does it have more activities than just chess? Let's talk to Mr. Santos so he can answer our questions.
I created this chess club a few years ago because so many students were on their phones playing games, and I just thought I need something that would stimulate their brain, not just playing on their phone. I had to ask the front office administration. I had to talk to leadership, and then leadership with students approved the club, and every year I reapply for it. It seems like there's a high interest for students who like to play chess. Well, it's mostly chess, although students do bring drinks and snacks, and we distribute those. Just yesterday I introduced a new type of chess for students. It's called progressive chess, and it's pretty amazing. The game happens about 6 or 7 minutes, where one side gets 1 move, the other side gets 2 moves, next side gets 3 moves, and the game's usually over really fast.
Chess Club sounds like a really fun club. This is reporter Emily Profiter with photographer Cadence Carlson with GEMS TV. Have a great day, Panthers!
GEMS TV would like to thank our sponsors. Platinum level sponsors: Siller Construction, Lincoln Junior Zebras, Sierra Pacific. Gold level sponsors: Lincoln Museum, Mi Alegria Mexican Antojitos, Jensen Landscaping, Quality Metal Heating and Air. Silver level sponsors: Far West Rents and Ready Mix, Empire Gymnastics Center. Thank you for watching GEMS TV.